Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now, and we are only 49 subscribers away from the 1.3k mark, the new goal of our channel. So if you're new, please smash that subscribe button and like the video. And today I'm going to be doing another comparative analysis, this time between a Hindi film and a Malayalam film. The films that we are going to be comparing is the Hindi film Selfie with the Malayalam film Driving License. But before I get to that, I just wanted to say that Driving License was one film that I had absolutely loved. It was in my watch list for a very long time until the second lockdown, and this movie had prior to that released in 2019. And the reason for the delay was that I wasn't too keen, after watching Ayappanam Kosham, which was absolutely brilliant. I did make out that the writer, the late Mr. Sachi, is same, is same on both the films, and the films incidentally had come out one after the other as well, and so I wasn't very keen. But then I eventually got around to watching it, Driving License, and I absolutely loved it. There was a tonal difference between Ayappanam Kosham and Driving License that was something that was refreshing to watch, and you couldn't make out that it is primarily the same film as far as the concept is concerned. The core emotions are the same. It is a film on ego tussle, so the core emotions were same, which is why then I thought that Driving License was brilliant. Now coming to Selfie, the film Selfie, it stars Akshay Kumar and Imran Hashmi, both of whom desperately are searching for an industry hit, and especially Akshay Kumar coming after a disastrous 2022 is really, looking for one hit from somewhere. And to the film's credit, the trailer was cut well, and the trailer did, ring in the right vibes for the film. It was a positive vibe, and I happened to watch that Prithviraj Sukumaran was the co-producer as well, and so I thought that this is a nice way of not allowing the source material to drift away, and because Prithviraj was, by the way, also the lead and the producer of Driving License, so it was, he was the right man for the job as far as the co-producer is concerned. So then how is the film, how does Selfie stand as comparison to Driving License? Let's find out. So Selfie, which is an official adaptation of the Malayalam film Driving License, it is a story of an ego tussle between a superstar, a reigning superstar, and an RTO inspector over a very trivial issue that slowly begins to escalate. So if you haven't watched either film, this is all that I'm going to reveal. The story here is interesting. It is primarily about that ego tussle that is there, and surprisingly, it is very self aware and quite relevant with the way the adaptation is shaped up, here. And that is something that I really, I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be that way. The screenplay here standing at 1 hour, I mean, it's 145 minutes rather, sorry, 145 minutes, Selfie. It's a little too long, I would think, but then you don't feel it while watching the film. It is a very brisk film, and I'll get to the nitty gritties of the word brisk here. Why I say it is brisk, I'll get to it. So the drama here, it does open in a city called Bhopal, and that was the first small criticism that I had. None of the characters spoke Bhopali. None of the, I did not get the vibe of the city, like Driving License, I did get a vibe of the city, but here there was no real vibe of the city. But to the writer's credit, the opening sequence in which both the protagonists are introduced, one on screen, so there's a film within a film, so one on screen, which is Akshay Kumar, and one adorning his star, which is Imran Hashmi. Both of them are introduced and their relationship is established well, which was going to be a good payoff towards the end, and I think that was really well established to begin with. The humor here is prevalent, and it does make for a very good watch. The humor here is good in the film, I just had one issue with that, that iconic police station sequence that is there. In the original, if you watch the original, you would know that, there's a sense of tensions escalating by the minute. But here it is, shot a little simplistically, I would think. Um, that said, the portions before that and after that, they are very well written, which does make for an enjoyable and entertaining watch as far as Selfie is concerned. I, one trend that I did see that, Malayalam films, they believe in world building and characterization that is there. So there is usually a slow build up that is there, which I prefer any day. And I saw this with Drishyam 2, the Hindi remake of the Malayalam film, that they had totally cut out on the part of the slow build up that was there, and that trend continues here as well. The build up is not exactly slow because the scenes, the length of the scenes are cut. They are cut in such a way that it makes for a very brisk sort of build up, which I do not mind, considering the the Hindi audience, they like to prefer a faster narrative. And this is no fault of the makers. I would think this just made the film more palatable for the Hindi speaking audience, and I think that was a fair judgment of Selfie. The build up wasn't a slow burn, like it was a slow burn in Driving License, and an entertaining one as well. And I really like the build up there, but here also I did not mind the build up because it was pretty, it was paced around pretty well. Now one of the main crux of Driving License was the people around the two protagonists and how they were benefiting from the little ego tussle that the two of them had. That portion again is very well shown in Selfie here. I really liked how the politics plays an angle here between the two protagonists, and how people around them are actually wanting to ask them to have a go at each other for their own benefit. And I think that was very well done. This includes the media, which was an absolute circus here, as it is. The media is currently a circus in this country, and if you ever are short of entertainment in your life, just tune into a news channel and you will, it'll be like an enjoyable half hour or 1 hour program that is there. And that is something that is in that over exaggerated space is shown very well in Selfie. This also includes the boycott gang or the boycott gang, whatever you want to call them. In the timing of my point being that the timing of this release and the way the the film is adapted in terms of its tonality, I think it was good here. Though the difference only between the two films is the tonality. It's slightly louder in Selfie as compared to the mellowed and slow burn nature in Driving License. It was not really over the top, but it, that is the only real differentiator between Selfie and Driving License. I, one small criticism again was towards the end, and that I had a criticism with the original film as well, that it did go slightly overboard. Although the portions of the test, the Driving License, the way he conducts that test, and those sequences are very well done here as well. However, the rescue operation that is there amidst the crowd, I think that it kind of could have been little more grounded, I felt, in both the films. I think this was a common criticism which was not corrected in the Hindi one. But the end is definitely heartwarming and heartfelt, and it does make for a good watch. Selfie, the adapted screenplay is good here. They've made minor nitty gritty changes here. Like one I can cite is the reason for Prithviraj to go to the US in Driving License was different from that of Akshay Kumar in Selfie. I think that those are small, there are nitty gritty cosmetic changes, you can say, to the script, but the core emotions were intact, and which is why Selfie does manage to score and spring a surprise. Coming to the dialogues, I felt the dialogues are witty and smart. They will put a smile on your face. The portions of the ads that are there in Selfies, those are hilarious. Having said that, the characters do not speak in the native dialect, and I felt that was a bit of an issue for me, and it will go down as a a red mark in the report card. The music here is good. I did like how self-aware the music was, as well as the writing. The writing was self-aware, the music was also self-aware, and to include the track "Main Khiladi Tu Anadi," featuring Akshay Kumar and Saif Ali Khan, the original song in this film featuring Akshay Kumar and Imran Hashmi. I think it was a good creative decision because the song did fit in the cultural dialect of the film very well, and that I think was a good decision to include that song. Of course, the BGM was pretty impressive, with the slow motion shots of the superstars that are there. I think that was really well done as well. um, Director Raj Mehta, who's previously directed Jug Jug Jio, is his last outing. I think he did a pretty good job here. He had a task, to manage that second half that was there, which was tricky on paper. It was always going to be tricky, but I think he did a pretty good job here. I think his direction was commendable and he did hold his own. And I did like how self-aware he was, and he was not trying to be funny. His characters weren't trying to be funny, as was the case in Jug Jug Jio. Here it was much more natural. I wouldn't say exactly natural, but it at least they were going with the flow. It was not anything that was out of place. So the direction is good here. Coming to the performances, I felt the performances are also very good. I really did like Abhimanyu Singh and Meghna Malik. I think they were wonderful to watch, and their respective parts were just so hilarious. I found myself laughing hysterically. So, Dinah Penty and Nusrat Bharucha, they both did a good job here. Although they have a limited screen time, to be honest, but then they did a pretty good job here as well. Mahesh Thakur also has his moments to shine, but the show does belong to the two men, Imran Hashmi and Akshay Kumar. Imran Hashmi, our very own serial kisser, is not kissing this time on screen, but he's done a good job. It was a difficult character to portray and very big shoes to fill. Suraj Venera Mudu, he did a very good job in driving license, and there was a sense of innocence to his character. Well, the innocence wasn't exactly matched here, but it was a very sincere and an endearing performance by Imran Hashmi, and he did a very good job. He was very heartwarming as his character was there, and it made for a very good watch. Which brings me to Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar is finally after a very long time back in his elements as Vijay Kumar. He did a very good job here. I think he looked most comfortable on screen after a very long time. So I think these are the roles that suit him, and he should be continuing to do such roles and not experiment at the moment. I mean, there's nothing wrong with experimenting. You should experiment with scripts, but then at the moment, I think these sort of comedies, I feel he's one of the most talented actors as far as comedies is concerned, and he absolutely hits it out of the park here. He plays to the galleries, and I think this performance was almost up to the mark, as was Prithvi Raj. Prithvi Raj was phenomenal in driving license as well. So overall, I felt that Selfie is an enjoyable adaptation of driving license, and it was a pleasant surprise. I happen to like it. I hope it does well. There is no buzz around the film, sadly, the lowest for an Akshay Kumar film, and I really hope that it does well, and at least people who haven't watched driving license, because there's no Hindi dub for driving license available, so people who haven't watched driving license can actually go and enjoy themselves with Selfie. And so that was my review. If you're liking my video, please smash that like button, please subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon, comment on what did you think of the film, both films, Selfie and driving license, or either Selfie, either driving license. Please drop a comment. I would love to discuss both the films with you. I do hope I'm replying to all the comments, at least the ones that I'm seeing. I am replying, I'm trying my best. So please do leave a comment. Also, if there are any recommendations, do throw me some. Share the video with your friends and family. Let's grow this community together, and more the merrier people, the more the discussions, the more civil discussions, sensible discussions, and that is what I absolutely adore. Also, if you'd like to read the full reviews of Selfie and Driving License, both links are in the description box below on my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. Also, follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All details will either be present on my social media or on my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. So then I'm going to see you again next time pretty soon. Until then, thank you so much for your love and support, and I will see you again, guys, very soon.